Good morning. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Jennifer, and this is a Frosted Lotus Studio vlog. So, if you joined me last week, we went through a bunch of yarn that I got from an estate sale. And then the week before that, we actually built a yarn wall storage unit. And that is hopefully something I will be hanging up today. But obviously, we have to tackle this office first. Um, this is a very, very multi-purpose office slash craft room slash foster kitten room slash our old man cat room. We live in an 896 square foot house. So we have to utilize every inch of space that we possibly can to make things work here. So we have our foster kittens that are over in this corner. So if you do hear them, that that is the background noise that you're going to hear. I'll go ahead and insert a clip of them here in. So we have Cream, and then Cookie just left. She went downstairs. Oh, here she comes. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Cookie. Hi, Cream. And show you just how absolutely cute they are. These two are currently 10 weeks old and they are waiting for their spay surgery. And then after that, they will be going up for adoption. So we are very excited to see them find their forever families. And then we already have two bottle babies that are currently in our bathtub because we have a nice deep bathtub that we put in when we remodeled. And that's where we put our bottle babies because we can keep it very sanitary and it's very tall. So they can stay in there, for several weeks. And it's very, very safe for them. So I'll insert a clip of them here as because they're absolutely adorable. And I already love the black one so, 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 so much. They need names and we haven't named them yet. So I really want to name him Shadow, but I know that's a very common name, and our foster team usually doesn't allow common names. So we'll see what we land with for names. Let me know what you guys think in the comments that we should name them. But back to the office, the situation at hand, because I am procrastinating as I have been doing for months with this office, and it just keeps building and building. And I need to do something. I need to do something because I don't like coming in here. I literally come in here, grab yarn, and leave. And I want it to be a place where I feel comfortable and I can come in and like hang out and have the foster kittens running around the floor and just enjoy the time in here. Obviously, it has a lot of work to be done. We have lots of random yarn. We have fabric over here. I have a whole slew of bangle bracelets that I have so many ideas for projects in my mind. Gotta love the ADHD where I think of a million and two projects and then I never have time to get to them. So I want to make this a space where I feel like I can get to them, that I can come in here and work on the things that I have in my brain and have the space and organization to do so. So if you are ready to join me, let's do this. All right, so let's start with what we're working with. So here's some random items that I need to deal with. That's one of my favorite crystals. It's an amethyst. Shout out to Art by Jack Studio. She has amazing crystals. Y'all should check her out. And then we've got some yarn here that I need to put away. I think this bag is all, I think that's all whips in there. I think this whole stack under there, honestly, is probably whips. And then we have boxes that I use to ship stuff, more yarn that needs to be put away, more whips, a random cat scratching post that my husband picked up. And then, of course, inside this is going to be a bunch of yarn as well. And as well as I have some whips in there too. So I got to organize that. That's my mannequin. And that's my pathos. I just trimmed her up yesterday and she's very mad at me. So we'll see. We'll see how many leaves she loses. This is just a random pair of pants that I need to fix the button on for my husband. Oh, there goes my old man's food dish. And then some fabric and some yarn, a random bag that my husband left that in here. And then some more yarn, some more whips, um, other random stuff that just needs to be put away in proper homes, paperwork that needs to be put away. I think that bottom box has the light fixtures we're going to be putting in our kitchen, actually. So we'll find out. And then here's some yarn that I just got at the thrift store, actually. And these bags here, if you see on the tag, they're from Joanne. And so I saw them and they were less than $4 each. So I was like, yes, I need those bags. Kind of an homage to Joanne. We miss her. So here's some more stuff on my desk. Just a whole assortment of random things. Like I have animal cookies in here. Like, what is going on? And then there's all those bangle bracelets I talked about. Some more yarn, cleaning stuff. Because you have foster kittens and an old man, you're gonna need cleaning stuff. And then the drywall stuff and the screws are actually to do the yarn storage wall item. So I'm going to put that on this wall here. And then these two are actually going to move over here. And we used to have a cabinet that lived up there, but unfortunately it started pulling apart. So we had to take it down and kind of reinforce it, and then now it ended up in our laundry room. So that's what we're working with as far as wall space. And then I think everything over here, except obviously I need to reorganize the yarn. It's going to stay over here because we use this little shelf, as you can see, for our old man's food and our foster kittens' food and supplies as well. So that will probably stay existing here. But then, like, obviously, I'll get rid of that box of stuff and it'll find a different home. So, as you can see, we've got our work cut out for us today. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything off of the desk and kind of move everything away from here because I want to turn the desk to face this direction and kind of put it underneath the pothos over here so that I have like the backdrop of like the yarn wall and stuff like that. And I can also get a couple more storage units and put them along the wall on the bottom there, just so that I can keep everything neat and tidy and away from the kittens when they're out running around on the floor. And like I said, it's it's a very multi-purpose room. We live in an 896 square foot house, so we have to utilize every square inch in this place. And we love to foster kittens, so obviously that is something that we have to make space for. But we have a lot of options here, I think, for organizing things and getting things to where I think they'll work for us. So let's go ahead and dive in, and I'm going to start clearing this off. Okay, I moved the microphone onto my shirt, so hopefully y'all can still hear me and the kittens aren't too loud because they are absolutely loving the spring toy that they're playing with right now. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take everything here and just slide it that way so that it's out of the way because it's all stacked up and everything. It just needs to be out of the way. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, Also, side note, if you want to see an unboxing of this yarn that I bought at the thrift store, go check out my TikTok or Instagram or YouTube shorts. More fabric. Here's some of those. I picked it up at the thrift store. Okay, so I totally forgot to turn you guys back on, but I did end up I cleaned out this corner and then I ended up moving that into this corner and I tried a couple different ways, but it just didn't feel right. So I ended up moving it back where it was originally, but I think this works out because it gives me like some more space to put maybe some more wall storage instead, and still have like the floor space for my office chair to go here. So now that that is out of the way, I think what I want to tackle next is I want to go through and like sort all the yarn and put it in a pile, and then all of my whips and put them in a pile, and then all the other miscellaneous stuff and put it in a pile. That way I can kind of see what I'm working with and then make a plan from there. So let's do it. Editing Jen here. So, unfortunately, my mic decided to die right when I started going to record this part. So, basically, I'm just going through and talking to you guys about the different things and how I was sorting them and finding random crochet hooks everywhere because naturally I would put them with the projects and then couldn't figure out where my crochet hooks were going. And lo and behold, I was finding a ton of them along the way. And then right about here is when I hear the doorbell go off, which happened to be the FedEx guy delivering a package. So I was able to get him some fresh water, and I'm just telling you guys how important it is to make sure to provide that for your delivery drivers, especially ones that they're in vehicles that don't have proper air conditioning or heating a lot of times. So definitely provide that if you can. And then yeah, just finishing sorting through the different stuff and then talking about the next steps that I was planning on doing, which honestly, I don't even remember now. Okay, so clearly today is like freaking, I'm a hot mess. Everything's a hot mess. My mic decided to die, so the whole last segment that I did not have volume. Yay. So yeah, I'll be doing a voiceover for that. So sorry about that. But Let me show you what I did while my mic and stuff was charging. So I just went through my whips, and these are the ones that I am going to keep. So I have two, well, I have a box and a bag. So that is what I have there. And then over here is going to be the ones that I'm going to unravel and like cake them up and then redo them. And then I also just quickly went through the other stuff, the miscellaneous stuff that I had sitting out, and divided it into beads and then other items that will have their own drawer. And then all the bangle bracelets are in that one. And then I also just went ahead and pushed the paperwork and stuff that I still need to go through over there. And then I also went through and divided the fabric up into like the bigger pieces of fabric are in this one, and then the smaller pieces are in that one, and then the alteration ones are just still in that bucket there on top of there. And then this I know is all whips that I just need to finish. So I'm probably going to be doing a series of like come finish whips with me if you guys are interested, just to kind of get through those and like hold myself accountable. So let me know if that would be something that you guys would be interested in. And then also too, while I've got it out, these are the lights that we're going to be putting up in our house. So our house was built in 1902, and they have like these modern fixtures in the house right now. So I am looking forward to replacing them with these that are more like the style that kind of match the house better. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting those up. I think they do need to be rewired. My husband's going to look at them and see if the wiring that they have is suitable or not. So TBD on that. But I am definitely looking forward to putting those up because they are just so, so beautiful. And then, of course, we have this huge, huge pile of yarn that we still need to like pick up and put away. I did toss like a few, like this is just such a small piece. I just tossed it on there. It's fine. So yeah, I've got to go through all that and kick all those back up. So that I probably will just do off camera at some point, and then sort everything in. So I think at this point, I have to wait for my husband to get home. I have no idea when he's going to get home today because they have a lot of different projects and stuff going on, and I don't even know if he's down in Colorado Springs right now or if he's up in like the Fort Collins area today. He's all over the place right now. So I don't know when he's going to be home to be able to put the wall storage up. So I think, unfortunately, because of the deadline to like get everything finished processed to put this video up on Wednesday when you guys are watching this part right now, I am going to have to do this in two parts. So, obviously, this first part was like the rearranging and kind of starting the sorting and everything. And then like I said, I'm going to do a lot of the unwinding and recaking of the yarn that I do have and some of the whips that I have. So, I can definitely like add that in to the video or make a separate video of that if you guys are interested in that. I know some people love watching that process, and then others, it's not their thing, which is totally fine. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for joining me in part one. I wasn't expecting to have to do this into two parts, but here we are. This is like way bigger than I thought it was going to be. So we'll get there. We will get there. It's just going to be it's going to be a process, but I'm looking forward to it being done and showing you guys the results. So if you have enjoyed the journey so far, please make sure to give this video a like. Please hit the subscribe button if you guys want to follow along and join me in future videos. And let me know, like I said, what you guys think about the yarn caking videos, and if you like those or don't like those. And if you guys want to see some videos of me finishing whips in the future. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and definitely take care of yourself with all this heat and everything going on. Stay hydrated. Make sure that you're keeping your electrolytes and stuff up as well. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Part two. Bye.